Hello, good morning, good afternoon to the Netherlands. As I said in my last video, I will do this one in English. If there's really something important, I will do it in Dutch. But this is easier now to translate, so I think everybody in the Netherlands understands English. Well, today I'm in the beautiful victory park, Park Pobedy is how it is called. And you can see the statue there behind me, it's very beautiful. Here's a soldier also. And well, I would like to speak a little bit about what happened last week, last 2 weeks, actually the last week. As I said, I think already in my last video, Finland has joined NATO now. Very bad situation because Finland is bordering Russia. And well, it's not a very good friendly idea to join NATO, of course. Also they are building a wall, a very large wall, around about 300 kilometers, is what I have read. So this is yeah, actually very terrible. And also, well, the next thing what happened today is what I heard is in Germany. Arte Deutsch is still going on in Germany. Because recently RT has launched all satellites, so actually the Germans can, through a satellite, they can understand if they can get RT German or at least RT International. And this is very upsetting for the German government because Germany, as what I have never thought, was one of the fiercest opponents of Russia, despite there are living so many Russian Germans or German Russians in Germany, especially the eastern part of Germany, that what once was the GDR. So that is a very bad situation. And as we can see, Olaf Scholz, he is really, sometimes he doesn't know what to do, but I think he is very, he is a little bit afraid now of what is going on. Because we can see there were also some leaked papers, and in these leaked papers it was leaked in the US. In these papers it said that the strategy of Russia, but also the losses of Russia was cutting down because it was, they said 200,000 losses from the Russian army, which is actually not true at all. So this is what they are lying about all the time. First they said, oh no, the Russians did it, they made some propaganda and they altered the papers, but of course they didn't. Now they said today. So yeah, every time there's fake news coming out, but slowly but surely the fake news is now in the open and we can see more, like today in the Dutch news, Nu.nl. Again they said the Russian soldiers are all drunk in the army and doing all bad things, or they could not fight, they cannot fight. But there's little or no proof at all, because it's a very stupid video of maybe 1 minute, and in this video we can see a person who is throwing away a bottle. We cannot identify if this person is a soldier or just a civilian, nobody knows. So yeah, this is all fake news, what I would say, and they accuse of course Russia from a lot of fake news, but I think the West has more fake news than what we have here. In every country there's fake news, but the West is very terrible. And yeah, the last thing I want to say is now they start with China. So first they started with Russia, now they start with China. And like countries like the Netherlands or Germany, what do they want to do against China? I mean, it's crazy, ridiculous. I think the best option for these countries is to have diplomacy with China, diplomacy with Russia, and don't speak about war anymore. Don't send your, all your weapons for peace. It's crazy. Idea, weapons for peace, because weapons kill and they don't make peace, never did. Last centuries weapons made never peace, so they have to have diplomacy. And I think the generation of politicians who are now in the Netherlands or the whole of Europe, they don't understand what diplomacy is. They don't understand they don't understand anything. So stupid, I think they are so stupid. When you had maybe 20, 30 years ago, you have statesmen like Willy Brandt or some other Germans, or they went, or even Dutch like Van Acht, or he was a good one, he's still alive, but they were statesmen who always said we have to have diplomacy with Russia, with China, every country, doesn't matter. But these days there's no diplomacy, they don't speak, they only say, oh, we send more weapons. This is what you hear every day in the news, and this is plain not only ridiculous, but it's very dangerous. It's, you know, it's very bad. So I think this has to stop, and they have to negotiate. And you can, you know, with negotiations and be friendly neighbors with each other, you can work things out. But maybe they don't want to. And the last thing I want to say is Europe has to get rid of the US. They are the perpetrator. Since World War II, they started all wars from Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Venezuela, Mali, you name it. They had a color revolution or war. This has to stop. You know, US is US, and as countries like Russia or Syria or whatever is Syria. Stop with this. This is the whole problem of what we are now having in the world. Thanks for watching, and till the next time, maybe in Dutch or English, we will see. Hello, we are now at the museum at the Victory Park, and you see all school classes or yeah, small recruits, so whatever you like to call them. I don't know what they are doing exactly here, but you can see that I have a sort of program here at the museum. And, well, you can see it for yourself.